Hello there, just a quick channel update video where I'm going to talk through a couple of issues that have come up over the last month. First up, I'd like to talk about the comment sections on the videos. Now, recently they've been getting a little bit spicier, a little bit more argumentative, and seeing a lot more like horrible slurs and bigotry and so on being thrown around. And to a certain extent, this is, it is a YouTube comment section, so what was I expecting? Now, some of the people I make videos about are going to have very dedicated fan bases. If you look at someone like Stefan Molyneux, he's got a lot of fans who have quite a lot personally invested in him not being wrong, so they are not going to like it when someone starts poking holes in his arguments. And I don't care if people say horrible things about me in the comments. I'm not bothered about that. That comes with the territory, really. What does bother me is when people who are sort of ostensibly on my side of the fence start saying horrible things about people on the other side. Now, I'm not saying don't argue with these people. Not even, don't necessarily be mean about these people. Just try and keep it to the arguments, no personal stuff. Don't call anyone a retard or a fag or anything. Now, I know people who are watching this video right now are likely not the ones who have been doing that, so I don't think this will actually really change anything, but there you go. I think it needed to be said. Along the same lines, no doxing anyone. I don't care who these people are in their day-to-day lives. I don't care which country they live in, what they do for a job. Don't send me that information. I don't care who Black Pigeon Speaks is. He's a little fascist bird symbol in my head, and I'm happy keeping it there. What am I going to do with that information? Even if someone tells me where he lives, go and beat him up or something. Like, don't send me that. If you think there is something pertinent that I need to know about, that is public record, and you're standing on the edge of a building and you can't stop yourself from sending me it, again, probably don't send me it anyway. But if you absolutely have to, at the very least, email me it or send it in a private message or something. Don't go posting it in a public comment section. Also along similar lines, and this is a bit preemptive, I know, but don't go invading anyone else's channel. Now, I haven't got enough subs to really do a proper invasion of anyone's channel, but still, I thought that bears saying. Don't go annoying anyone on my behalf. If you want to bring up on someone else's comment section, hey, this guy made a response to you, or send it to them on Twitter or something, I don't mind if people do that, but be polite. Don't be aggressive with it. And one more thing about comments. People have noticed a few comments disappearing. I'm not really that up to speed on what happens with YouTube comments personally, but a few things go into a folder marked held for review, and a few things go into a spam folder. Now, whether or not I delete or approve those comments depends on the content of them, obviously. Just drive-by insults, someone just saying you're a retard, you're a fag, or whatever, they just get deleted. And I generally approve everything else, even if it's an argument against me, if it looks like the person's put a lot of effort into it and considered what they're saying and been polite about it, What's next? At least 4 people have said that they would support me if I launched the Patreon, which sounds like justification to me. So I have started work on that. That will be launched rather soon, probably within a week. It'll be monthly, and I'll commit at the start to, say, one big video along the lines of, say, the Stefan Molyneux Rome video. And obviously I'll probably put out more than that. Can you modify Patreon commitments later on? I might be talking out to my arse here. But if you can, yeah, I'd modify that as we go forward. And also, if I was doing this for some sort of payment, I'd spend more time on my videos, to be honest. Right now I spend a lot of time on the writing and the audio, and then for the visuals I just sort of insert things randomly into the timeline until I get bored of doing that, and then I just put the video out. But If I was doing it for pay, I'd take it a bit more seriously. I'd also want to move off Lightworks. I'm currently using Lightworks, and it's okay. It's a good workhorse of an editor, I suppose. But there's a few little things that annoy me, and doing some of the fancier things like motion graphics are just a little bit more of a hassle than with other editors. So I'd probably look at moving over to one of them. Streaming. Me and Jen will be streaming every Friday on Twitch, and I'll put the link in the description there. Probably 8 or 9 PM UK time, which means if you're American, you'll probably be in work or school, if you have a job, or if you go to school. And we're still working it all out and everything, so there'll be a lot of technical difficulties, I'm sure. But if we decide we like it, we might adjust the time or the day as we go on. You know, Friday is the only day I have free to stream right now, but that's due to change after Christmas, so, you know, we'll see. Right now it's Friday evenings UK time, which includes later today, actually. How exciting. So I'm sure I'll see at least 5 of you later on. Last thing, I did a little experiment at making a short, ranty video about the American election, which I've ended up not really liking, to be honest, for a few reasons. And it's mainly because I missed a lot of stuff out. For one example, a YouTuber and streamer and all-around nice person, Voidburger, pointed out that I didn't mention the media, and when I saw that I was like, oh, yes, of course. You know, in my haste to shout at Hillary, I sort of laid all the blame for her poor messaging at her campaign's feet, when, you know, of course they do have to deal with a sensationalist news media who, you know, certainly deserve their share of the blame. You know, we shouldn't forget their role in it, but I did. And other people mention things like voter suppression and gerrymandering and so on, lots of other things that I didn't mention, because I made the video in about 90 minutes, and that included playing a game of Rocket League to record. Now you might say, well, that's obvious, isn't it? If you toss out a quick ranty video really fast, then you are going to miss stuff out, and if you try and cover all the angles, you'll end up with an hour-long video, and it's no longer a quick ranty video, so why did you even need to experiment there, you big idiot? Well, really it was to see how I feel about it, you know. I could make a video like that every day, but I'd have to be okay with making mistakes and missing things out, and it turns out I'm not, really. You know, if you want to do this, or anything really, for the long haul, you have to get in a place where you're happy with what you're putting out, you know, or it'll eat at you and sour you on the whole thing and make you very negative about it. So I'm going to practice a bit of preemptive mental self-care and stick to taking my time with videos, because I'm much more positive about the longer ones. Not that I won't make any more shorter talky videos, but if I do, I'll try and take my time with them a bit more. And that's about it. I'll need to go and set up streaming now for when Jen gets here, so she can just sit there and eat Oreos and not appreciate how long it took me to do. So, see ya.